hen is an extinct subspecies of the greater prairie chicken. Heath hens lived in the scrubby heathland barrens of coastal North America, from southernmost New Hampshire to northern Virginia. They preferred sandy scrub oak plains and grasslands within deciduous forests. Heath hens were extremely common in their habitat during colonial times. It is speculated that the Pilgrims' first Thanksgiving dinner featured heath hens and not wild turkeys. Overhunting and habitat loss caused a rapid population decline. Sometime between 1840 and 1870, all heath hens were extirpated from the mainland of North America. The island Martha's Vineyard held a remnant population of heath hens. Between 1870 and 1890, feral cat predation and poaching caused a population decline from about 300 birds to between 120 and 200 birds. By the late 1800s, there were only about 70 heath hens remaining on Martha's Vineyard. There was a hunting ban enacted, and in 1908, the Heath Hen Reserve was established. The heath hen population grew to almost 2,000 birds by the mid-1910s. Observing the birds on their lecking grounds had become a tourist attraction. A lecking ground is where the males gather to dance and display for the females. In In 1916, a series of disasters overcame the heath hens. A fire spread across approximately one-third of the island of Martha's Vineyard, killing 80% of the heath hen population. The winter of 1918-1919 was particularly harsh. With the fire devastation on Martha's Vineyard, the little birds didn't have their usual cover or winter food sources. As a result, they suffered from starvation and exposure. Then goshawks began moving onto the island, further reducing the heath hens' numbers. In the spring of 1919, it was noted that there were fewer than 100 birds. The remaining population of heath hens had significantly more males than females. This led to further complications in the upcoming years. Captive breeding efforts were attempted, but some surviving males had undeveloped testes. The species consequently faced great difficulty in resisting population shocks such as disease and harsh winters. At the beginning of 1927, only 11 males and 2 females remained. Despite being afforded the best protection available at the time, the heath hens declined to a handful, all males, by the end of the year. As of December 8, 1928, only 1 male heath hen remained, making the species functionally extinct. The last of the species was lovingly nicknamed Booming Ben. He was last seen on his traditional lekking ground on March 11, 1932, where he danced and displayed for the females who would never come. Footage of Booming Ben recorded by Alfred Otto Gross in the early 1930s was digitized in 2017. It is available from the Bowdoin College Special Collections. I've included a link in the description. The Heath Hen was one of the first bird species that Americans tried to save from extinction. As early as 1791, a bill for the preservation of Heath Hen and other game was introduced into the New York State Legislature. In spite of early attempts at conservation, the accumulation of insuperable events ultimately resulted in the extinction of the Heath Hen. The species was unable to recover from these challenges and disappeared entirely. There are research projects aiming at the de-extinction of the Heath Hen, using DNA from preserved cells as a basis for restructuring the DNA of greater prairie chickens. The non-profit organization Revive and Restore has been working on a project to recreate the genome of the Heath Hen. You can read about their project and partners, link in description.